It's important. It's impressive. I mean, the Russell closed effectively unchanged. That's good, above 205 in the form of the IWM. The transports, if we could throw a quick chart, Tim's been flagging this for a while. I mean, we're at levels we probably saw 3.5-ish years or so ago. So it's critical, I think, that we sort of get through this 282 level, close above it, and for the next leg higher. But in terms of the broader market, again, we talked about this on Friday. I mean, the fact that Apple is now 175, Google double top, selling off, Tesla was awful today. All three of those things happen on one day, yet the market basically closes unchanged in terms of the S&P. Even I have to admit that's pretty damn impressive.
Even you as a long time,
first time, long time. Yeah.
Yes. Can you admit that the market broadening is actually a good sign, Dan? Because for a long time you said tech heavy, you know, Mag 7, all bad news. We're in for a fall, et cetera, et cetera. Here we are.
Yeah.
And we have some major components not participating, and we're okay.
Yeah, it doesn't
better
make
than
me,
okay.
Better than okay.
But Karen is a bull, and she's ridden a lot of these kind of trends over the last, call it year or so, and you're starting to feel a little nervous about it. I mean, the broadening out, to a lot of these other sectors, I think is very good. But, I read a stat today, I think it was Bloomberg Intelligence, that suggested that the top 7 stocks, Q4, had nearly 60% earnings growth in the quarter. The rest of the 493 had a 1.5% drop, right? So if the stock market is a discounting mechanism, right? So right now, I mean, you're basically suggesting that the rest of the 493 are about to inflect from an earnings standpoint. And that's not exactly the case. I mean, estimates had been coming down for all of 23, and then you saw these companies beat them a whole heck of a lot. So I guess what I'm here right now is okay, we're at 20.5 times on a forward basis. That's higher than the 10, 5-year, all that sort of stuff. Valuation, not a great timing tool, but to your question, is I think the narrowness of the market is getting increasingly narrow. That's the story of today. That's the story of losing Apple on fundamentals, losing Google on fundamentals, losing Tesla on fundamentals. What do you lose next? If you lose Microsoft on fundamentals, and I'm not saying that's going to happen, but if for some reason they start to disappoint or they can't kind of guide the way that they have, at some point that stock will come in. The rest of the stuff is just not going to make up a lot of the slack. So the fact that we closed unchanged today after making record highs in the S&P and the NASDAQ, great. Have at it, people. But that doesn't make me feel like we're going to be up for another 8% in a straight line if you start losing the leadership, because the leadership is the leadership.